Welcome back, MTG Joe here. The new set is here. Thunder Junction is on Arena. We're going to start off with some Timeless. So I deck teched a couple versions of this Demir mill deck, and we're going to give it a shot. There's currently like a bug with some of the sideboarding stuff with the new set, so we'll just jam some games of best of one to get a feel for it. There's still some configuration things I'm trying to work out, but kind of the big card that we got in the set is Archive Trap. Basically, your opponent fetches a land, well, guess what? They get to get milled 13 cards for free. So you play these, you play like Glimpse the Unthinkable to mill 10, you have Crab. We also have Surgical Extraction, so we can hit key combo pieces. I was playing this on my iPad earlier and like picked a Show and Tell, and you just kind of ruin their hand type thing. Mesmeric Orb can force out mill effects and kind of go from there. The one thing I wanted to maybe try out actually was Cling to Dust. So I'm going to play, like right now, it's just a matter of kind of making a call. Like I played against a mono red deck with no fetch lines. So it was like, well, I kept a hand with 2 archive traps against one like that. That just didn't work. The Cling to Dust, it does kind of compete a little bit with the Dig Through Time, but you can mill it over with Mesmeric Orb. And in a pinch, it can just gain you some life or draw you a card. The Founding, because like it doesn't hit the Tashas, we don't always, if you don't have the Glimpse, it's not always like huge game. And another card that we can play is Mana Leak. I think in this version here, like you're not always fully instant speed. You're tapping out at times for sorcery. I think just being more linear in terms of the mill is a little bit better. In the deck tech version, I was trying out, thinking of like a Deathrite Shaman version, just because it'll give you access to like eat away at the graveyard as well. But I think just milling, like if we're spending time and mana to eat away at their graveyard, is probably not what we want to do game one. But really like the thing, I've thus far, at least on iPad, obviously I can't track it, but I've won more than I've lost. Like I lost to Show and Tell that they went Dark Ritual, Double Thought Seize into Show and Tell to combo me, and I lost to that mono red deck. Okay, so no companion. It could be Show and Tell. I think we keep this. It's pretty huge if it is Show and Tell, because they fetch and I mill them 26 and I could Surgical Extraction them. So we're going to try to dig for a land here. If this is like an aggressive deck, we're okay, but... Okay, so here we could Glimpse. This might get out a Veil of Summer if they have it. Yeah, so it is Show and Tell. So we do want to try to wait and hit a Show and Tell. If not, what we can do is, if they Show and Tell, I can hit the Omniscience out of their graveyard. Okay, so here they have to search first. So we'll let them search first. This might just be like assemble the team. I think here, get rid of Show and Tell. I don't think they can win now. And then we archive trap them again. And now they take. So we just kind of like super combo kill them that way. So opponent tried to BS combo us, and we just said, cool deck, we'll take the win. So we'll fire up the next game, see how many we could rattle off here. we're able to, like, with 3 cards and 2 mana, we took out 36 cards out of their library, which is pretty good. So queue up. If you do enjoy Timeless content, we do on the channel metagame breakdowns. We look at all the stats from Untapped and other tracker sites, get a huge aggregation, kind of feed you the best decks. We do those weekly, so it usually takes a couple days to accumulate the data come the new set. So make sure to subscribe. You'll see a counter in the top. We're trying to hit 15,000. But as always, if you can, also like and comment on the videos. Goes a long way and helps out. So Jangada can be Zoo. I don't think this hand's great because we don't have too much interaction. But mind you, we can hit him for 13 and then I can probably hit something else with the surgical. I have brainstorm to kind of clean it up, but I don't have any removal. I think we try it out. I want to see how this plays out. I'm going to lead on the this because I guess any of them get us the blue source. Okay, so that's a bit scary. Okay, so Bowmaster down. I think we might have to proactively hit the we have one issue. Okay, fine. Might just do this. Ooh, crab is nice. Okay, so that means they have to have a bolt. So what we will do here, I think, is fetch here. Play this. Gonna eat the lightning bolt here. Damn it. So we took a chance. They have double leyline binding and they have enough to turn it on, which is super annoying. So if we hit the leyline binding, we're in a great spot. But now they have exactly the triome that works for it. That's very lucky, because either they needed... And we took a chance there. I think we do this just because they could Bowmaster. And I think we put Brainstorm back. We're gonna fetch away anyways here. They have the breakout. See what they hit here for me to decide. So we'll see where they put this Inti trigger, hopefully on Ragavan. They're opting not to. I think we are just going to take out Ragavan here. We're going to take 2. Another Fatal Push wouldn't be bad. There, Kavu. bit of a rough spot here. So I think we just try to do this. They're gonna leyline binding, they get that out of the way. And then I have a chance, like if I hit glimpse, it's not impossible for me to mill them out with glimpse. Like we already hit 4 leyline bindings. And if they're gonna draw here, okay, so they hit the land. They have Deathrite, so they're down to 14. I don't think we win by blocking. Says they've milled 6 tribal flames, which is kind of funny. Okay, so Tasha's. So we got the mill here. Gotta do this. They're at 11. Kind of interesting that they went to that stage. They're at 8. Tasha's. No! I mean, we came close. Even there with 6, would a thing work? No, they had 8 if we had the artifact. And that was basically like, we made up call turn 2. If we hit leyline binding, we probably win there. Instead, it might have been right for leyline just because it makes Tasha's better. Onzilatory. Regavan on the play. We found one answer, but in best of 3, you're going to be able to better kind of configure because like we really want the fatal push here, and then we never want to see a fatal push against show and tell. I do think we have a pretty solid show and tell matchup. There's enough kind of disruption, especially if you can hit some of their combo pieces. We gave ourselves the kind of the best odds of winning that game. We had 2 draws to win it there. We go first. They're a Lurrus deck. I will keep this, probably Lurrus burn if I'm going to guess from the sleeves. So I think I'm going to lead on this if I want to get a basic island. Okay, so they could be milled too. We'll just get sewers here. Could be Demir control, could be the Milmir. I've ran into 1 Milmir thus far. If it's the Milmir, they have a chance to respond. Things could get wacky with this Mesmeric Orb though. I think we're gonna just get this going. They could have a counter here. Okay, so it's Grixis Shadow. Which is fine. Getting that out of the way is fine. Ooh, slick shot. Cool. So I don't want to mill this turn. So the thing is with slick shot, it's still a cast trigger. So we can try to counter it with Drown in the Lock. And then also have up the Fatal Push. If they are like a tempo-oriented deck, we want to be able to get them there. And if they don't, then we have access to Brainstorm here. I think we're going to put Glimpse and Tasha's back. I can have access to 2 Fatal Push, which is probably a good start. Okay, so they are like a Breach style deck. Brainstorm here. Okay, they are on mana drain, so it's something to be mindful of. They're probably playing quite a small number of lions. Yes, they're putting drain on top. Aggressive. It's fine. So they'll likely put the thing. So they've already played a land for turn, so they don't get access to it. So here I'm just going to pass the turn. It's like a weird kind of dance we're doing here. Because I know they have drain up, I want to hold off with playing it. I can try to do this with it on the stack. They can mana drain this. I'm doing this now because when it's in play, they would get a prowess trigger, which I don't want. You got it. I'm going to take the damage here. Now we'll try to get him to tap out. Because if we get into a counter war, it gets them pretty heavy up. They could have a fatal. Okay, so we got rid of that. They get Lurrus to hand. So we just like milled 20'd them. They don't have a blue source. Or another white source here. So depending what they play, okay, so they shock in here. They do go Lurrus. So Lurrus here. I think we have to get rid of Breach. Because they have Lightning Bolt left, they have 3 Snapcasters, 4 Slick Shots. I think we have to get rid of the Breach. So how it works is Lurrus, you get priority, so we have to do this in response. Okay, so they just have Lightning Bolts, so we're dead. Get Flame of Anor. So they can Slick Shot here with double bolt, so that would be... Oh, and they have the bobble. Yeah, so that's like Exaxes. We could have tried Slick Shot there, and that might have been better because there wasn't any haste. That probably was the line. We get rid of Slick Shot. So, a little unfortunate. They had the last... Their hand was exactly land, 3 spells you can cast with a Slick Shot. So it was probably the Slick Shot that we should have hit. Slick Shot's very good. And this is why I think best of 3, it's probably better suited. We're able to, like in that matchup there, we would want Spell Pierce. We'd want a couple more pieces of interaction to try to get them that way there. I should have done Slick Shot. We'll keep. I think we lead on Sewers here. Because we already have a Surgical, I usually only want 1, so I think we're fine. Sure. I assume they take one of my mill spells. We'll get this going. This will give us some more info as well in terms of what they're on. So one trick you can do is with the trigger on the stack, you can brainstorm and then put cards on top you don't want and then mill them over. So it kind of breaks your brainstorm lock. Hello? Did they disconnect? Where are you, friend? Where are you, friend? They're looking at my graveyard. I'm just gonna mill right now. I don't know quite what they're on yet. So I might want Fatal Push. I think they're on the Demir Lurrus deck. Or like Demir Control-ish. Might be right to brainstorm here. We'll give it one more turn. They might have just disconnected. So I can Lurrus to hand. We even have anything we would play with Lurrus. Nothing right now. I think we'll wait because I do want to be able to potentially get some value. They brainstorm here. They're likely looking for a land. If they have a fetch land here, I have Archive Trap, which we could, if they're on like Show and Tell, just combo them out that way there. Thankfully, opponent got back online. Usually don't see Inquisition in Show and Tell, but wouldn't be the most obscene thing. I'm going to get rid of this Fatal Push. Let them make their mind up here if they want to keep it on top. Yeah, given that, we're just going to put both of these on top. We are going to Archive Trap them. We are going to Surgical Extraction the Show and Tell. And we will win the game. So like, we're beating up on Show and Tell. It's the creature aggro decks that are a little bit of a problem. You know, both games, like against Zoo, we were a spell away. Against that Lurrus deck, they had Xaxes on us. We untapped, there's a high likelihood we win. And that was kind of my error. So it's promising. Like, what you really want to kind of keep in mind when you're playing the games, especially in best of one, like win or loss is going to be sometimes influenced by play draw, what kind of sequence, like sometimes opponent's just going to have it. It's how did the deck feel, all things considered. And beating up on Show and Tell is something that is promising. I think we go first. We'll keep this. So we don't have a Surgical, but we have Archive Trap. Again, when you don't see Companion, my default is to assume it is like Show and Tell, but here they're just going to have turn 1 Ripper. So, not much you can do here when they have... Okay, Schism's fine. So they could be Reanimate as well. The question here, in terms of my line of play, so I can kill this. I might want to take a hit this turn. These Tashas aren't great in this matchup. Okay, so they're gonna Troll Cycle where we'll Archive Trap them. We didn't hit any of the big stuff out of them. They do have access to Reanimate, so that's something we want to be mindful of. So I'm going to let them take this hit here. Okay, we did hit the land. We did hit a Cling, which is really nice. So I do want to put back a Tasha's, and I do think we put back the Otawara. They are not showing any... Okay, so they had the push. A little annoying, but not the end of the world. Another Drown on the Lock I'll take, I think. So I want him here to like plus on Preacher. We also didn't hit a thing out of them. So hopefully their turn is like try to reanimate something, I'll eat it, and then I can untap with Tasha. They're at 32. They can fetch here. Bowmaster, this doesn't draw me a card, this gains me life. I think we have to just go for this here. We got a couple rippers out of the way. We hit 3 rippers. So they have an opening here, they could stick another ripper. Obviously, like, turn 1, they get the combo off is pretty big. They just draw the other ripper. Okay, Schism I don't care about. We can kill the Schism. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. Fatal Push isn't bad. So I kill Troll. Fortunately, don't have a fetch to activate Preacher here. Get rid of Bowmaster here. Another Tasha's might do it. Okay, with Trap, if they fetch, so they ran out of lands. So it's unlikely they fetch here. They're at 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it like that. They have a Bowmaster, they get me. Surgical. Like, Otawara buys me a turn. Against Preacher. Maybe. So 1 Sorin. Yes, I think we go to upkeep. So if I do this for 4, I don't die this turn, so I can't remember if they went to draw step. Edict, Shieldred, One Ring. They have 13 cards in library, so I'm just going to do this now. And gain the life. Yeah, I missed. I should have let them go to draw step there. No, and they drew the Thoughtseize. So annoying. So annoying. That's so frustrating. So I missed it. Like we had him there where we pop off the Thoughtseize. They just didn't, if they just, literally anything else they draw. They draw the Bowmaster, they draw another Shieldred, we live through all that, and then we mill them out. Even if they play like One Ring there. So it's 3 games where it's like, either we die or we win. So we're close with the deck. It's just frustrating when it's that close. And like I obviously made the mistake not paying attention if they went to draw step. They should have drawn. There's a higher likelihood they hit a Sorin, and then I can pick the Sorin up. Obviously them being out of lands also kind of hurts there, but it was maybe a right to hold off with the Cling there. So against Jingantha, I'm going to keep this hand because it's like a zoo deck most likely, and these Fatal Pushes should be good. And then Founding is basically extra copies. I would have loved an Archive Trap. We're a little flooded here, but what we might do is get Sewers here. Yeah, it's Zoo. Hopefully it's just like a slow start. It's like Kavu. Yeah, since it's that, I think I don't want to draw another land. And then we have Orb for the following turn. So we'll hit them like that. And then next turn I can Orb and then hold up the Fatal Push. And then I can follow it up with casting the Fatal Push from my graveyard. I think I'm just going to do this. We're just going to kill this now. They have Leyline Binding, they could potentially use it. We got 1 Tribal Flames out of the way, a couple Kavus. Yeah, they go Brawler here. Boo, trap. We're just gonna fatal push here. I think here I'm gonna Tasha's. So we didn't get a huge amount here. A couple Nashibas, but we did hit the Minsk and we did hit the Leyline Binding. Actually, we got to be mindful there if they're playing the Force Spike, which they were. They break out here. Inti can help them find another land. Okay, so they found the land, which is good for them. We have gone through 3 fatal push. We also hit a lot of lands. So we're gonna do this. I have no islands left in the deck, so we're probably gonna have to shock here. Hit a bunch of those, which is nice. We'll just Lurrus to hand. I haven't hit a crab yet. Or I don't think they can kill us yet. So I have 5 chances of milling over a crab, which would be good. They are getting aggressive. Takes them down to 10. So I dig through time, which would be 2 mana. What do I have left in my deck? I do have a Tasha's. Opponent has 1 Leyline Binding left. I have another Mesmeric Orb. I have Glimpse. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is the way we have to try to do it. Okay, so they had the stubby. I think that actually gets us now. Okay, hitting Leyline's good, hitting that's good. I just got to survive the turn. I think they might have 1 more Leyline. No, we hit all the Leyline bindings. No, they had the Tribal Flames. So, again, like, it's close. I want to see it in best of 3 to see how it plays out there, but fun games when you can get it going. I think we're just... It's hard in best of 1 to be good against aggro and combo and everything when you're kind of this like mid-range slugfest. But let me know what you think. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.